Karl Rove. Karl, good to see you. You tell me whether Jen Palmieri and you know, this other guy is not with the Clinton campaign, but Jen Palmieri weighs in and adds her own 2 cents, ridiculing Catholics, ought to come out with an apology to this voting bloc, which is almost as powerful as the African-American vote and many others.
Well, look, roughly a quarter of the electorate are Catholics. It's the largest swing group. Contrary to, just slightly to what Trace said earlier, if you look at the exit polls, since 1972, Catholics, with one exception, have voted in each and every presidential election for the ultimate winner. The one exception was 2000, when they voted for Al Gore in the exit polls by 50 to 47. But even that was an extraordinary gain for Bush, who got 10 points more among Catholics than Bob Dole's 37%. So they play a critical role in the election. Now, will this become a political issue? I think it all depends upon whether or not both politically interested Catholics and, more importantly, the Trump campaign make it an issue. This was thinly veiled religious bigotry, not only against conservative Catholics, but also against evangelicals. Sort of the back and forth is they're conservative Catholics because they couldn't take the social pressure of being evangelicals, because that is even more out of the mainstream.
Right, because that's even more disgusting.
Yeah, so the question is rather than talking about Paul Ryan tomorrow, who is incidentally a Catholic, what about tomorrow if Donald Trump stands up and takes a whack at these comments and calls upon the campaign and the campaign officials in question to both repudiate them and apologize? I mean, this is the only way it's going to become an issue. In 2000, we had a very active Catholic organization that could have spread this word and made it an issue in every critical battleground state. I don't sense that that's the case in the Trump campaign this year around. It'll take him to make it an issue. This
woman, Jen Palmieri, is she's high up in the Clinton campaign. This is not some minion.
One of her key lieutenants.
And you tell me what the Clinton team would be doing to the Trump team if Kellyanne Conway or any of the inner circle came out and said something this disdainful of an entire voting bloc, whether it was, I mean, you know, put the shoe on the other foot, right? If they said something about gays, or if they put, you know, something that a voting bloc that they consider in their column, they'd be going nuts on it, and they'd be demanding an apology.
Exactly. Well, look, and they mock the deep-held beliefs. They mock the idea that 2 conservative Catholics would have their children baptized in the same river where John the Baptist baptized Jesus. I mean, this is really amazing that they would mock them for, I mean, what Christians would consider it wouldn't consider it a blessing to be able to afford to baptize their children in the Jordan River. I mean, this is it's so insensitive. I'm going to say that it's insensitive, but it really strikes me that it borders on bigotry, religious bigotry. But the question is, the question you started with is it going to be a political issue? It depends upon whether or not Donald Trump intends to make it a political issue.
Well, remember this, Karl. Remember in the 2008 election when Barack Obama was running, this became an issue for the Democrats then because he was caught on tape referring to those who are religious as bitter clingers. It's the bitter clingers thought that became so infamous. I think we have it. Listen.
And they feel so betrayed by government.
So it's not surprising then that they get bitter and they cling to guns or religion or antipathy towards people who aren't like them.
So, and that was not helpful. That was not particularly helpful to Barack Obama's campaign.
Right. Not at all. Not at all. But look, do you think the media, without some prodding, without somebody making it an issue, that most of the media is going to pay attention to this? Most of the media is secular. Most of the media doesn't claim to understand or care to understand the deeply held beliefs of people of faith. And so we can't count on NBC and ABC and CBS, the producers and the news directors saying, oh, this is a story worth covering. No, no. It's going to have to be made an issue by Donald Trump and his allies stepping forward and saying this is unacceptable, and Hillary Clinton ought to repudiate it, and Jen Palmieri ought to.
Hillary has been out there condemning Donald Trump's comments about Muslims, calling for religious tolerance, saying that she's been an advocate her whole life for religious freedom. And now the question is, what is she going to do? And what is her communications director going to do when she is caught having this kind of an exchange about this many millions of Americans who have deeply held, honest, sincere beliefs that she's in no position to judge? Karl, we'll wait to see.
What about some religious respect in addition to tolerance? So what about some respect for the beliefs of people?
Great to see you.